Psychically, I'm very well endowed.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Hey there, this is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Just wanted to get online for a little bit, just to hang out. I hadn't done this in a while, just to see if anybody else is having after turkey melees. Sometimes happens. Yeah, I had an interesting thing happen just a little while ago. My brother, I went to visit my brother's house. They invited me over, and oh, got somebody over here. What's up, Ray? Good to see you, man. This is Ray Haylock. Used to see him around quite a bit. Not so much anymore. I think he got real busy. Understandable. Let me see here. Let me try to find. See if I can find. Doing my own moderation, so I usually open it up on my phone to do that. Let me see here. Come on, where you at? Ah, there we are. Ta-da! Come on, where you at? Now I gotta mute it. There we go. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd hang out for a little bit. Went to. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, I'm part of a man, new house, baby on the way, plug-in stuff. LOL, been nuts. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. You've been busy. New baby, congratulations. Wow, when'd you have time to do that? Only takes a minute. Anyway, yeah, I took my sister down there. My sister and I have been mistaken for guy's got a sense of humor, doesn't he? Anyway, my sister and I have been mistaken for fraternal twins for years. The reason why is because we're actually 10 months apart. No, 11 months apart. 11 months apart. For 1 month a year, almost exactly 1 month a year, we're the same age. And that freaks people out. But my pregnancy, my mother's pregnancy with me was really, really, really difficult. Okay. So difficult that if she was in modern day, they would have been like, you need to abort this child for your own health. Fortunately, this is 1973, and mothers actually didn't see that as an option. So, at one point, it sounds barbaric, but they literally sewed her shut to keep me in. Of course, she never let me hear the end of that. Anyway, yeah, I carried you, and this is the way you treat me. I was bedridden for months. She wasn't Jewish, but she was Irish, so she did her best anyway. So my sister and I we went down there. And my sister is mentally handicapped because of the same accident that took her parents. Um, but she's just got a real sweet way of looking at the world. She's really innocent. Um, and she's just, there's certain parts of her that's adult because she had head injury retardations different from like birth, like Down syndrome or something like that, or some kind of like I guess brain damage retardation is entirely different from other kinds of retardation, in that there's certain parts that are still developed, and her part is her sarcasm's really well developed. So you have to watch that. She'll zing you every once in a while, right between the eyeballs, um, right in front of everybody, usually at the worst possible time. But she's just a sweetheart, so a sweet soul. So we went down to see my brother, my oldest brother, and his family, his brand new family. Um, they're well, it's about 3 years old now, but these two little boys and our family is acquaintance. Um, their mom hit a really, and her mom and dad hit a real rough patch, and the idea was that my brother and his wife would take the kids for a little while until they got their act straightened out, but that never occurred. And they fell in love with the two little boys. Both of them have some emotional problems and some issues because of the upbringing that they had. um, so they're special needs, and so my brother and his wife, over 50 years old, took in two little boys who barely kindergartners, and see these two little nutcases grow into you know growing into becoming what I think is going to be very impressive adults. It's been a pleasure. But I one of them asked me, do I watch YouTube? And I was like, well, yeah, I have a channel on YouTube. He's like, oh, really? And so I showed him my channel, and he thought it was so cool. He took it to his dad. He says, he, Steven's got a channel. Uncle Steven's got a channel, and so I was able to show off the rabbit hole a little bit. He's pretty impressed. 427 subs is nothing to sneeze at. And I went over. I'm a little behind on the percentages. Usually it takes more than me. It's almost 2 videos per sub. So I'm like over 500 videos and 427 subs. So I'm a little behind on that percentage, but he was impressed with it. He watched the show and he was very impressed with it. We watched one of my What's the Story episodes that I used to do with Todd when Mr. Todd Redshift Comics, when he used to be around and available before his life got really complicated. And we used to do this great show about where we tell the story of like fictional and real life people, but we tell the real life people and we tell the fictional characters like they're real and the real life people like they're fictional. And we tell the story. Basically, we just tell the narrative. So great. It was a good show. People kind of missed the idea that we were just telling the narrative, that we weren't going for like historical accuracy. And we kept getting corrected all the time. Had somebody really go after me when I told the story of Ned Kelly, and evidently it's become a political hot button issue. So I just, I didn't want any of that, so I erased it. But it's been pretty interesting. I got some really interesting, fun episodes, and the one we watched was Audie Murphy. He didn't know much about Audie Murphy, but he was very impressed, with not only Audie Murphy, but with the show. So I was very happy with that. Very, very. I don't really have a lot to show for the first 50 years of my life, it seems like oh, hey there. Hey, Woke Breaker. What's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Turkey Day to you. What? You got grief for that Ned Kelly? Oh, yeah. I got a lot of grief for it, man. Had a guy just light up my DMs, just, telling me what a monster Ned Kelly was and how he wasn't a Robin Hood. He was a, hardened murderer. And I finally got a hold of Kimo Sabi, who also lives in Australia, who happens to know more of the history of Australia. And Kimo Sabi kind of filled me in that he's become a hot button issue, and but the history is somewhere in between. And I was telling a little bit of a sanitized version of it, but he was telling a completely slanted version of it. And so the truth is right in the middle somewhere, which would have been nice. Unfortunately, I didn't have Kimo Sabi to, I had Ray. Ray helped me out, but Ray didn't know much about it. So we did the best we could. And the research that I did turned out to be slanted a little bit towards Ned Kelly, and maybe was a little bit sanitizing. Yeah. Yeah, I was on that one with you. Wasn't much help. Well, you did the best you could. You did the best you could, my friend. We were, but that's the thing though. What's the story wasn't really about historical accuracy. It was about creating a narrative, and what's a lesson we can learn. And from Ned Kelly, there's a few really cool narratives there. There's some cool lessons to learn. But at that time I was trying to avoid controversy. I was about to put my campaign out, and I just made a choice rather than go back and do a lot more research and like make it something dry and clinical. And I didn't want to paint him in too bright of a light if he really was that monster. But at the same time, I didn't want to, make grist for the mill. So I decided to take that episode down. That's not the first time, won't be the last time I've done it. But I kept getting pushed back from people who were like historically, actual history professor that kind of hangs around. And I did Themistocles, he got on there, and he kind of missed the point. And so we got a pretty dry dissertation of Themistocles. And then when I did Queen Boudica, or Boudicca, I don't know. Depends on who you are to how you pronounce that. He popped on again, and so I was like, you're kind of defeating the purpose, dude, But that's a show that I'd like to get back to someday. Tate Ferret was one of the other guys that was with me on it, and he disappeared for several months. He had a really rough year. So that's a showing that to my brother. I was real proud of that episode. So we got to enjoy that. But the rabbit hole is something I'm very proud of, very grateful that early. I was like I was really like cruising there for a while. I had like several shows that I could count on week from week. I had the Monday Hangover, which now is the Breaking Bunny show, which is my only consistent one. But of course, I missed it this Monday because I got this new computer. Not new computer, but I got a nicer computer that fell in my lap that I've had to upgrade. But I'm hoping to get my streams are better. Internet permitting. But I had that show, and then on Tuesdays I had Cannabis and Conspiracies with Belmont. I'm very proud of their episodes of Cannabis and Conspiracy. There's some amazing episodes I'm very proud of. But I'm a little. I've been told that people think that I need to go back and doing conspiracy theories and things like that. That I do them well, but I'm a little reticent because you know things didn't end well with Belmont, and I don't want to rip open a wound that might still be there. Uh, but that was the Tuesday show. The Wednesday, I had the morning breakfast with the bunny. I would do grab a breakfast sandwich on the way home or something, and just pick a topic and just chat with the people on the Wednesday morning. However, I'm now on keto, so I can't eat breakfast sandwiches just willy nilly. But it is what it is. Thursday night was the What's the Story show. And then Friday, I had a rotation between the writer's room, the Right Stuff. Writer's room was my collection. I collect several writers, and we talk about a topic having to do with writing. The Right Stuff was an interview show that I would do from time to time. And then Saturday was the Love Stream, one show that this channel was basically built on. But I moved it from Friday to Saturday. But it was used to be with the Genesis crew, but the Genesis crew stopped coming on shows with me. I guess they got tired of me. But I think what happened is they started promoting their own books and they got real busy and they couldn't come on with me anymore. But that's perfectly fine. Anyway, so I had a full slate of shows. I mean, I had a show for like all week long. There was a little bit of effort to keep it up, but then I had this comic that I've got to get funded. And so, after the Eric July attempted cancellation set me back 3 years, and took me out of my the network that I really worked to build, and put me back at ground zero. It was a little hard to get my consistency back. Cannabis conspiracy shows no longer, probably no longer an option, considering how things ended. Some of my fault, a lot of it my fault, but the Wednesday morning show, I'm on a diet right now, so eat keto with the bunny just doesn't have the same, doesn't have the same ring. The Breck and Bunny show, I've been able to be consistent with that for the most part. This Monday was the first one I missed in a while. But, the What's the Story, I'm hoping to go back to that one of these days. We're planning on doing a card series. And that was a real good idea. But getting back to that means that kind of like getting Todd back on board. And Todd has been just busy. I mean, one of the busiest people I've ever seen. He's also doing a Fun My Comic with Luke. So the guy's booked. But I miss being on streams with him. He's hilarious. But yeah, I'd like to get back to What's the Story one of these days. Got some characters we can cover. Got people. Some of my favorites were Audie Murphy, of course. George S. Patton. I didn't know a lot about him, but learning about him, he wasn't quite the caricature I thought he was. I think did a great episode on Jason Voorhees. A little tongue-in-cheek, but I enjoyed it. I can't really do a card of him because, he's not in public domain. Had a great show with about Bass Reeves. Learning about Bass Reeves, one of the greatest lawmen that's ever lived. I mean, legendary for a reason. That guy really doesn't get enough attention. He really doesn't. Joan of Arc was a good episode. I really enjoyed that one. She was quite the dame. I mean, she was amazing. Shadow Hawk Talks. What's up, Hell TB? Happy Thanksgiving. Hey man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see here right quick. Oh, no problem, Ray Haylock. What's up, dude? Later. Hey, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you coming by, my friend. Let me go ahead and pin that message. Bye. If anybody wants to pop on and do a Thanksgiving stream with me. Whoops. Lost my lighting source here. Need all the lighting I can get. Come on. There we go. All right. Behave yourself. It's not going to behave. All right. Anyway. I'll fix that after the stream. Anyway, so yeah, there's a great episodes there. I'd like to get back to What's the Story one of these days. But having a channel, being able to show it to my brother, something I've accomplished, I wanted to have a bunny icon t-shirt. But Teespring kind of took their time developing it and printing out the first one. So I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm hoping to start showing up on streams with some bunny wear, some bunny wear. I got that one. I got the 300th Spider-Man homage. The Spider-Man jumping through. I think Todd McFarlane did. Got Luke Stone did an homage, and I made a cover out of it. Made a T-shirt out of it. Also have a hat. Not much of a hat guy, but I may have to get that hat. It's got that T-Bunny, that particular T-Bunny on the front. It's got TBC on the back. I tried to fit Telepathic Bunny, but comics, but it wasn't gonna fit. So it is what it is. It's a great hat, though. I probably gonna buy one before it's over with. Anyway, it's knit. It's one of those knit caps. It's really really nice. So I'll start showing that off pretty soon. I would do like a balaclava, a toboggan, but I just that's too Malin. That's too Malin-esque. I really don't want to emulate anything John Malin does. I just don't. Not a fan. Anyway. Oh my God. Anyway. David Williams did on the Graybeards. They did like characters from CG. And the dude did, Baron Blood from Graveyard Shift. And I'm like, dude, we got to show you some more interesting characters. He's like the least interesting character, He's just a plank of wood, the way Mark Fulton writes him. It's really not much a character at all. It looks good. It looks good, though. Yeah, that's pretty much style over substance, right? Anyway, but I digress. It was nice to kind of like, going over the rabbit hole with my brother. Just kind of showing that, I wish I had that shirt. I'd love to have that shirt, but I'll get it tomorrow. I'll start showing up on streams with it. I got both styles coming. Unfortunately, the shirt with the Ironsides, Ironsides wants huge T-shirt that I've been trying. Teespring denied me like 4 times on that shirt. I've renamed it. It's not in public domain. The freaking Uncle Sam wants you. It's in public domain. So why in the world were they, gacking that shirt? I don't know. I'm hoping to give them a call once they got people there that I can talk to. find out what the hell the problem is with it. Because that's the one I really want. I mean, I want that on a T-shirt. I designed it for that T-shirt. But I mean, I got one from a local guy that did it for me, but it just didn't pass the muster for me. But I still wear it around. But yeah, so I got that coming. The wear the bunny wear. Working on that. Got 3 pieces so far. Hoping to have more. But yeah, I'm just grateful for a lot of this stuff that this year's been a tough one. I've had so many ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. I mean, if the roller coaster, basically had your testicles in a clamp, that's what it's been like. It's been exhilarating and very painful a lot of times. But I look back through the body of work. I'm very proud. I mean, the Cannabis and Conspiracies had some really great shows. If you go back and watch those, the one on, I think it's near-death experiences, and I can't remember what else. It's a couple. It was a combo one. But I had Luke Stone on telling his story about how he literally was knocking on heaven's door. And that's a really powerful episode. I'm proud of that one. The Smithsonian conspiracy one, that was an eye opener. Never realized how shady that organization is. The Titanic one is really one of my favorites because I didn't realize just how that is not cut and dried. I always thought it was cut and dried, but it's a lot more there. A lot more there. But I had a great rapport with Belmont. Mr. and Mrs. Good Stuff would come on, and Hojo came on one episode, I think it was one episode for the Lost Colony. That was a really good one. But I really like the Cannabis and Conspiracy shows. I'm a little reticent to promote them, but because I'm still not where I'm still kind of concerned that I know we're probably never going to be friends again, but I really don't want to. I really don't pull that scab off if I can help it. But it is what it is. That's a painful one. That was one of the, it's one of the downs for this year. One of the big ones. But yeah, I mean, the campaign, I had to lower the goal twice to get it funded, but I got it funded. And now it's nothing to it but to do it. I get the comic, the rest of the comic produced, and get it printed, and then get it off to people. Got a lot of work to do, and I expended so much effort getting it funded that I'm a little tired, and so I need to get back to it, get it done. Me and my art team, but the whole back end of it, I was kind of hoping that somebody would buy that character tier, so I could rewrite the whole back end of it and put in a unique character, original character in. But nobody bid on it. I guess people don't want to be in a comic book. I know. I've bought several of those designer character tiers and other books. Both of them yet to see the light of day. I think Luke had my original character in one of his comics, kind of like as a supplemental page or whatever. But he's supposed to have him. He's supposed to be a character in one of the upcoming arcs. Looking forward to that. I've been in a book that's going to be shortly published in physical, The Out of Obscurity. That was something fell in my lap. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Oh, couldn't resist, could you?
You suckered me in, T-Bunny. All right. What's this about being drawn into the comic? Is it
Yeah,
something
yeah,
I missed?
I had 2 tiers or 2 slots available for somebody to be drawn into the comic. You could be a bystander, you could be a hero, you could be a villain. You know, it's pretty much the whole thing was to design the character or take over a character that I already had kind of like established. I didn't have like I have some characters. I have like the name, the concept, but the rest of it can be your oyster. Just in case you didn't feel creative enough. What? Got some beer going down the wrong pipe? You okay?
Mama Hawk over here is doing a little clapping.
Oh, okay.
A little Thanksgiving celebration.
Oh, right. Gotta say hello to Mrs. Good Stuff. Hello, lady.
Hey,
Good to see you,
Mrs.
good to see
G.
you. Yeah. How you
Well, I can make it easy on you, T Bunny. All you got to do is put a black bird in one of the panels, man. You know.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hi, Bunny. I imagine they're pretty high. Hitting the turkey bong, eh? Yeah.
Remember the Rastafarian gourmet off of Fridays? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Joe Ray.
Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and say hi, happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, sure,
everybody.
no problem. Yeah, but if you want me to put a crow in my book, I'll put a crow in my book. I already got 7 to 9s in there.
Well, it's technically a hawk, but crows are close relatives, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, Black Hawk. So Black Hawk then.
Exactly. So
Okay.
We're all a part of the raptor species. We don't have any
right.
Diversity disagreements in the raptor world.
Oh, okay. What is it called? I mean, what breed? I mean, what's the breed name?
Well, that's the mystery, isn't it?
Ah, okay. So it's like a supernatural bird then. Okay.
Yeah, it's the shadow hawk.
Oh, okay. What's it kin to though? We talking eagle size, or are we talking
yeah, probably like golden eagle somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. All right. So about the medium size of the hawk then.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, medium sized raptor.
Yeah.
Show up anywhere.
Right. I always thought those little kestrels were pretty impressive.
Yeah. And peregrine falcons are freaking.
Oh,
amazing.
the peregrines are friggin'
badass,
scary. Dude. Yeah, I think the kestrel has like the highest speed dive. It's like the high speed an animal goes in the animal kingdom is a kestrel on a full dive.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's insane. They just
it's over 100 miles an hour, I think.
Yeah, they use gravity to full effect. They only weigh like what, fucking few ounces or something. It's like zing.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. All right, you have a good Thanksgiving, man. Thanks for stopping.
All right, well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
All right, no problem, man. Anytime. Come back anytime. So okay. Well, let me see. Alone again, naturally. Crappy found me. Hi, hubby. Smoked a turkey shadow. Need a big rolling paper. I'm following you. It's a good view, Mrs. G. Oh, okay. Two getting frisky in my chat over here. Now, I was tempted. I was tempted to wear this shirt to Thanksgiving, but I just thought it was a little bit. I thought that might be perceived wrong, so I just wore this one right here. You know, my brother's in college a long time. You ever heard that story of somebody who was in college so long he became a professor? That was my brother. He literally started teaching classes. He was in over 20 years trying to get. He went up with a double master's when he got out. I think he's going for his doctorate now, but he was in school a long time. My gosh. Never thought I'd never see him graduate. A lifer. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I wore this shirt, and he saw my shirt, and he kind of like, he's like, you wore that for me, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I wear that. Yeah, kind of. He's like, yeah, okay, I got you. So he understood. He understood. He thought it was funny. Those two little boys that they picked up. I mean, they're in their 50s, and they picked up these two little boys, these two little special needs kids, and dealing with a lot of emotional issues. They got a lot of behavioral issues. Plus, they're rambunctious kids. They're rambunctious little boys. They're loving on each other one second and trying to kill each other the next. It's pretty funny. One was throwing a ball to me, and I threw it right back, and then the other one intercepted the ball and then just spun around and just beamed him right in the face with it. And I was kind of like, okay. Oh my gosh. But they're two great kids. Different. I've never seen two kids different. I mean, there's a reason why, they were taken from their mama, but I've never seen two kids more different. I mean, fundamentally different. They look different, and they are different fundamentally. But anyway, so here we are, Turkey Day 2023. Managed to get to Thanksgiving. It's been a rough year. I think 2024 is shaping up to be really interesting. Some of the things on the horizon. It's going to be an election year, maybe the last true election that we ever have. If it goes the wrong way, I'll just say that now. I tell you what, it's getting kind of bleak on that front. However, we have seen the fall of Disney. Oh, what's up, MSK, man? That link is live if you want to pop on, my Mr. Swag King. That link is live up there if anybody wants to pop on. I'm not opposed to having a conversation. But yeah, I think this year was we saw the bottom drop out, and looking for your wife at the moment. Oh, okay. All right. I thought she was nearby all the time, man. Anyway, but yeah, this year is the year that we finally saw all that Me Too power grab. We saw it reach its pinnacle in the last couple of years, but I think we finally saw like it hit the bottom, about as far down as it can go. A $300 million movie made $10 million in its second season or second weekend. $10 million. Tentpole movie with that much production or that much marketing behind it. $300 million just to put that movie out, and it was just an 88-minute movie, and they only made. I can't remember what the opening weekend, but the second weekend drop was like off a cliff, and And so, with when by the time South Park starts making fun of you, you've reached like that peak, infamy, I think, in pop culture. That whole put a chick in it and make her lame and make her gay, I mean, people are noticing this stuff. I mean, they're noticing. The whole Ahoska, how do we pronounce that? Star Wars show. And the only character anybody remembers is Ray Stevens' Swan Song. And he was barely in it. Yeah, he's barely in a few episodes. And people remember him, and they remember Hayden Christensen returning as Darth Vader. They don't remember all the chicks. They don't remember these chicks. That they don't remember them. There's nothing memorable about them. And I honestly, I think strong females have just been taken out of cinema. True strong females. This faux strong female that they've got in there right now is not the real deal. A strong female is one that has the vulnerability, that has the emotional depth, but does what she can do anyway, and to the best of her ability. And like Ripley from Alien and Aliens, it's the example I always use. But Linda Hamilton's character, Sarah Connor, from the Terminator series, up until just the first two. We'll say the first two movies. I mean, she was a epitome of a strong female character. But what we're seeing now is just women whose only struggle is to figure out how awesome they are, and to work through how they've been held down by the patriarchy. And that's not compelling. That's not compelling for women. It's not compelling for men. And it's going the way of the dodo. Now, whether the backlash is going to be that women are no longer, for a while, are not going to be allowed to direct movies or be showrunners or lead up tentpole films. I'm hoping the backlash doesn't go that far, because women being in cinema is not a bad thing. It's just been the wrong women. It's just been the wrong women and the wrong writers, the wrong showrunners, the wrong directors, and the wrong actresses. Rachel Ziegler, honestly, that chick should never see the inside of the cinema again. She really shouldn't. But I think she's booked in about 3 more movies that I know of. Yeehaw, yay. But anyway, so I think I'm thankful that this year I think we've seen that particular movement hit rock bottom. I've seen that where they've fired DEI direct, what's that? Equity and inclusion, diversity, equity, inclusion. I've seen where they've been those positions that were created just a few years ago are starting being phased out already. And I'm hoping that that's going to stay gone, because all it is anti-white. I mean, it's all just racism. When they say diversity, equity, and inclusion, they mean exclusion. And they don't mean diversity of thought. And, so I'm hoping that goes away and stays away. But the culture war's turning. I honestly think it is. I think we've finally seen it scrape the bottom, and I hope it's starting to rebound. But time will tell. Time will tell. But I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that that we might start seeing, pop culture made for the sake of entertainment and escapism again. where fans are not nuisances, but the touchstone, and people are being paid attention to that aren't from city centers on the East Coast and West Coast. So hoping that some of that comes back. Whoa, looky here. Hell, John's Longbox. What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing, T-Bunny?
Doing great.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Nice to see you.
Yeah, what were we talking about before I showed up?
Oh, just talking about things I'm grateful for this year. And one of the things I was grateful for is I think we've finally starting to see the turn of the, the female-dominated cinema that's been just.
Oh yeah, I think it was slowly turning, and then with the bombing of the Marvels, I think it just went over a cliff. I think any movies starting right now, comic books starting right now, anything from now on, it is. I don't want to say it's going to turn our direction. I think it's just going to go straight. It's going to go back to normal. And that's all I want. Back to normal. I don't want things to reflect my politics. I just want things to be normal again.
I want escapism.
Right.
I want entertainment and escapism.
Right. If I turned on a superhero movie and it was just espousing my politics, I would be taken out of it just as bad,
Yeah, I don't want that either. There's a reason why I didn't buy the Magnificent Seven. Okay, there's a reason why. There's a reason why, or any of the.
It's no secret my politics over here.
But
I'm not buying Trump comic books either.
No,
I don't want that.
Well,
I'll buy a comic book written by somebody like Mike Byron that'll have like Private American, that'll have a balanced, nuanced this side versus that side, and neither one of them are insane lunatics. That I'll buy. That's interesting, but for the most part, I'll plug my comic. You ain't gonna get that in my comic. My comic is a tribute to old school Bronze Age superhero comics that you're gonna love. Yeah.
Well, my book, my character Ironsides can probably be mistaken for something right wing, but my book is actually the politics in my book are from a different world. It's like from a parallel world to ours.
Is Captain America right wing? I mean, I could pick up, and the thing about Captain America is guys can make a successful argument that he's left wing, and guys can make a successful argument that he's right wing, and guys can make a successful argument that he's libertarian. But all I want is good quality writing.
Yeah. Well, every time there was a Republican president, Captain America threw his shield down. Because he had, the writers that wrote Captain America, except for Brubaker. I never detected that in Brubaker, but every time.
Brubaker's probably the best writer.
Brubaker.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth,
novels and crime novels. That guy's only writing comic books because he likes comics.
Yeah. But Brubaker's the whole Bucky Cap run is so underrated. I loved every second of it.
I'll say this for Brubaker. When I found out that they were bringing back Bucky, I was livid. Yeah. It used to be nobody comes back from the dead except for Uncle Ben and Bucky, and he got me to like that comic. He got me to like that concept,
wow. Winter Soldier is a badass. He was a great villain.
It's a good concept. He did the ridiculous. He did the impossible. So more power to him, So he kind of made me change my theory that, like, I used to say, like, certain things shouldn't happen. Well, anything could happen if you got a good story.
It's like they said, the two that you don't bring back is Bucky and Jason Todd, and then and then they brought back Bucky, and they're like, oh yeah, Red Hood, And you know what? Both of them are brilliant characters.
I will say,
when written right, when written correctly,
Is Gwen Stacy back, or is it a clone of Gwen Stacy? Because she should still.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
In your viewing audience, no, because I quit Marvel in 2015, but I know Gwen came back before that. But I remember it was like a clone or whatever.
Well, the problem was that they basically used Heather Ontos as a model for
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy, and so everything having to do with Gwen Stacy looked like Heather Ontos, and so for a while there she was like in everything, and it just oversaturated her, They not only brought her back what they should have never done, but they put her
I
in
was
everything.
joking that somebody should make a comic because of like a Heather Ontos, like I'm trying to come up with like a name, Galactantos.
Galactatos, right?
Galactantos, where she lands at different comic companies, thriving comic companies, and just devours them like Galactus devours the world. He went to Marvel and destroyed Marvel. Then DC had the ultimate nullifier and repelled her, so she went to Valiant. She went to IDW. Oh no! It's Galactantos. She's destroying.
Yep.
There we go. You're an artist. I'm not even joking.
Right.
Would you draw that for me, please?
I'm not an artist, though.
You don't draw it? I thought you drew your own comic.
No, I'm a writer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I was talking about how good of an artist you are when I saw you putting up pictures. I thought you were the artist.
No, I'm not. I'm a good concept guy, but I'm not an artist yet. I'm working on it, but I'm not up to that snuff yet. But yeah, that's great. Have Jordan White be her herald.
He's the guy who unwittingly summoned her like Cthulhu.
Right. Right. Yes. Silver Cuck. Call him Silver Cuck.
The Silver, Richard Pryor is the ultimate nullifier.
There you go. There you go. Hey, that writes itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, there we go.
There you go. We got one of the good comic books. There you go. Yeah.
Want to hear something crazy? It's 9:00 at night, and my wife and I didn't eat dinner yet. We are.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. We give it. We like to eat late. We sleep late. We'll stay up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So.
Wow.
Today I was just like, I'm not getting out of bed till I had to, and I had to get out of bed because the cats were fighting. Well,
I hope they're fighting. Otherwise, you have a litter of kittens in a few weeks or a few months.
They're fixed, but yeah, they're 15-year-old cats, and they just it's the
cranky,
siblings, and they have never gotten along. They sleep in different rooms, like they swipe at each other when they go to. Right. It's just the meanest. I feel so bad. I just wish they would snuggle and stuff. We got stray cats in the backyard from different litters, and they're rubbing on each other and snuggling on the porch. And I look at my two cats. All they do is fight.
Well, it's like my brother's the two foster kids that he adopted. They're different as night and day, and they'll get along for a couple minutes, and then. It's like one was throwing a ball to me, and the other one intercepted the ball, spun around, and just winged it right at his face. So I was like, "Whoa!" Then later on, he stepped on his hand, and it was just like, "What the heck, guys?" But I love them to death, but they are nuts.
Kids are crazy.
Yeah, they're
wonderful. You already had your Thanksgiving dinner and everything.
Yeah, well, I'm doing keto, so Thanksgiving was a little rough. I'm gonna be honest. There's like 3 things out of that whole table I could eat.
We're doing it. My wife is upstairs cooking it all. Mm-hmm. She wants me out of the kitchen when we have a small house, so 2 people in the kitchen. Just we get claustrophobic and nasty at each other. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. The small house, you've got like a huge collection there, right?
Well, what we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in Queens, and I had my comic book collection in a storage unit, and it was in such a way that it was a supreme effort to organize. So I would it just got worse and worse because I would just put in a box, and then so it was just random boxes thrown in because and then at my job I would have like 10 weeks off in a row. Construction, sometimes things are slow, you just go on furlough, so I would wait for furlough and then spend 10 weeks in the storage unit and organizing like once a year or something like that. It was that big of a chore, and I look forward to it. But I'd go this, spend the whole day. My wife would be working, whatever. Long story short, when we moved, I was like, I want to have room for my comics. So I was like, I want either a big garage or a basement. So when we looked at this house, I'm like, it was tiny, but it had a garage built in. So we walked in the house. We went in through the garage, and I was like, okay, the garage is smaller than I want. It's a 1-car garage, smaller than I want, but I can work with this. I'd have to insulate it because you know how comic books are. Then I could do this. This will be fun. So we'll look through the house. There's a bedroom. There's a second bedroom that my wife uses as her office, and then there's a third little tiny bedroom. I mean, tiny. But so we put a futon in it and bookshelves. I've always wanted a library, so I sit in there and I read.
Awesome.
And I'm like, I like this house. Do something about it. I just liked. It was cheap. It was out in the woods, And then she's like, okay, you want to see the basement? And I was like, basement. So we walked by the room, and I just assumed it was a closet. So we went downstairs, and it's not on the computer. I should show you what it looked like. It looked like a horror movie. It looked like we would go down into the cast, into Saw.
Right.
It was dark, it smelled, but it didn't smell musty. It just smelled because it was a bedroom for the girl, so it smelled like pot. It was just oh God, So I just tore it apart, and because the basement is as big as the whole house.
Wow, full basement then. Yeah.
So it's but it was empty. And when I say it was a bedroom, it was like it was like a dungeon. Like how could this girl have lived in this basement? It was scary. It was spooky.
Wow. The man cave.
It was worse. I would if you came over, I wouldn't let you live down there.
Wow.
It was that bad. So I tore it all apart, and it over a course of like 3 or 4 months, I turned it to this. And it was funny because I told my wife, she joked. She goes, you could have the garage and you could have the basement, and I got the rest of the house. I was like, deal. and now we're down here. We got reclining chairs. We got a big TV.
Wow. You got the hookup, man. You really do. You really do.
I'm a construction worker. I'm handy. You know what I mean? And I hired a guy to help me carry sheetrock because I knew I was going to smash it. And then get frustrated. I hired a guy to do the spackling because I knew I would be looking at it for 20 years going, man, why didn't I?
Yeah. Right.
But it was funny. I had COVID, and I'm down in the basement painting and, moving stuff around. So,
Right.
That's
I remember you had COVID for a while there,
No, I had COVID for 2 weeks. That was like at the beginning of COVID years ago. Right. So, but now I just have a cold that won't go away. Jeez, it's been a month.
Right.
Yeah.
So you are the most extensive comic collector I know. And so let me ask you this question.
Sure. I'm sorry I talk so long. I'm just.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Okay. All right. You can bring anybody back from the dead. Who's your dream team?
Comic book characters or people?
No, comic book.
I was wondering if you meant like creative
team. Who's your dream creative team? You can bring anybody back from the dead. Who's your creative team?
And they're all going to work on one comic together?
They can be living or dead, They're all working on one run. Which character would it be?
If I could bring them back to the height of their powers, like transform them both 30 years old, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I mean, just start all over again, the height of your powers. What would you do? Give them another 30 years of making comics. Look what they did the time allotted. Can you imagine if that,
that
after that, like Will Eisner, I was just reading Wally Wood comics,
Wow. Wally Wood was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, geez, that's, but I would have to say Jack and Stan. I grew up George Perez, but it's tough, but the top two would be Jack and Stan. Give them, here you go. What are you going to do now?
Right. I wonder if the reason why they created so much magic is because they couldn't stand each other.
Art through adversary, it works. Look at the first Star Wars movie. George Lucas wanted to do so many things, and in the studio and the editors, like they fought him, for budget reasons. And I still think A New Hope is the best of the Star Wars movies. I know other people argue with me, but that was because to me that was.
Well, it's the one his wife wrote. I mean, people don't understand. His wife wrote that script. She did. Yeah, she saved that script. His script.
Yeah,
was
I heard she
horrible.
like re-edited it and forced him to change things, and then the
Yeah.
studio didn't give him money. And and if you watch him, R2D2 was falling down all the time, and and
Right.
and then look at the prequels. He had people like he was the emperor. Nobody was correcting him. He could do whatever he wanted. He had an infant, and they stink.
Yeah.
So
well, he had Erwin Kershner on Empire, and and Erwin Kershner was the top. Like, no, we're not going to do that. You know, and
everybody says that was the best directed, but New Hope. I was in third grade when that came out. So maybe
New Hope has a definite magic to it.
I remember my brother took me to that movie. I sat there in third grade just looking at the screen. We were sitting in the front row, and that Star Destroyer came over my head. It seemed like, you know what I mean? I was, I played Star Wars probably until Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi, I didn't particularly like too much.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I've always said this, that The New Hope was the best scripted movie. Empire was the best directed movie, but Return of the Jedi had the best scene out of the whole entire series.
Which scene was that?
Luke's standing against the Emperor.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That scene, the nuances of that scene, and the way he threw the lightsaber down and refused to kill his father, and then relied on his faith in his father, to save him, and just that whole. I still get goosebumps every time he throws that lightsaber down and he says, "I'm a Jedi like my father before me," and just refuses that destiny that the Emperor has been, because he saw the hand. He looked at the hand and realized, and he saw his father's cut off hand and realized that he had the same injury, and that and it's like, this is foreordained. You're going to take your place at my side, and he threw that lightsaber down and he refused, and it's just like that moment of faith,
And I'll never forget when Luke was threatening Jabba the Hutt, and we were like, at that point I saw it with my friends. All the other movies I saw,
he had his hands tied. He was hanging over a Sarlacc pit, and he was like, "I'll give you another chance to let me go."
And I'm like, "Luke, shut up! You're a moron." Because at that, everybody always talks about, "Oh, Luke was a married student." No, he wasn't. For 2 movies, Luke didn't do anything. He stumbled through the first movie. If you look, when Ben gets shot, Luke stands there like a moron. Princess Leia grabs him and pulls him on the Empire. You know what I mean? He doesn't know how to get out of the garbage. Leia again shoots the garbage pit. You know what I mean? Luke is just. And it's great. He
screwed up in Empire. Right. He wasn't ready yet. He left to go save his friend.
Solo had to save him from
he walked right into a trap. Right into a trap.
And I love so now Empire Return of the Jedi comes out. He's like, "Shut up, Luke! Shut up!" and then he starts doing everything. Like the whole theater erupted. Like we were waiting for this for years at this point. And that's the problem with Rey, is she was perfect from day one.
Well, it's like Han Solo is like, Luke's a Jedi, a Jedi master. It's like, what happens? I get frozen for 2 years, and everyone has delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, even Han didn't believe it. Han liked Luke, but he knew that Luke was just a hillbilly. He's
right.
He was Florida man.
Yeah, but
and I thought that was great character development. Character development.
You didn't really understand just how far he'd come until that moment.
Right. That's what I mean. And we bought it once it happened. We were like, it was
right.
And that's when I saw Rey. I'm like, oh, she speaks Wookiee. Oh, she's the best pilot. She's so good at a pilot. The Han Solo.
She fixed the Millennium Falcon.
Han Solo goes, "Here you go, you take over." And then Han dies. And what? Chewbacca's just a slave? He's like, Chewbacca should have been like, "Well, you know what? Han's dead. I'll drop you off where you need to go, and I'm on my own now. I just met you 4 hours ago, but now Chewbacca's her slave now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
God awful.
I thought
God
I hated
awful.
it. And then she picks up a lightsaber. She's fighting the guy that you know,
She beats Luke in a lightsaber duel.
right. When you saw Star Wars,
Mhm.
Han was the pilot. You know, Luke was the everyman stumbling through everything.
Right.
You know, Obi-Wan was the sage. You know, C-3PO was the translator. R2 was like the little gizmo gadgeteer, and Leia was basically the strategist. You know, she took once the rescue, she took over the rescue. You know, it was great.
Right.
Then you see the new one. It's Rey is the pilot, Rey is the fighter, Rey is the fixer. You know, and then everybody else is just like, oh wow, you're great, Rey. Rey, you're great. You know, I just thought.
Well, I mean, they set up Kylo Ren that whole first movie, and she beats him first time she touches the lightsaber, and it's just like, you guys just don't
purpose
understand.
was Finn in that movie?
None.
You know, I don't blame him for being pissed. You know, so
if they had written Finn like he started out, he would have been the most compelling character in that whole trilogy.
Well, you know, they ruined it. They ruined it.
It's like
and then that was the last Star Wars movie I saw. I'm done.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mandalorian. I haven't seen. You know, I'm pretty harsh. You know,
well, the second season finale of the Mandalorian, when they finally let Luke cut loose and be Luke, and people were literally crying watching that scene because it was the Luke we all wanted.
I'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
I didn't watch the cartoons. You know, I like the movies, but
yeah,
you know, and if I could go back in time and recreate everything, I would have the first Star Wars movie would end with them blowing up the Death Star. I mean, a Star Destroyer.
Right.
You know, and then the second movie would end the way. Then the last movie they blow up the Death Star. You know.
Right.
And
and
then they did A New Hope and they blew up another Death Star.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You know, the planet was another Death Star. Big deal.
Right. Well, you know, I point to the moment that the MCU died was the fourth episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I know, but okay. The third episode, they showed how Bucky, you know, was still a big badass. He was still terrorized people, and yet he felt guilt for it. So it was like setting up his redemption arc. And then you had Zemo just being an awesome villain character, you know, just coming into his own. And then the next episode, and Ginger Jesus, they call her the flag smasher, the black girl with red hair that they keep shoving into everything. She was truly evil. She just blew up the chateau with people inside of it. It's like, oh, she's villain, and she's the villain, right? And it's like, okay, this trajectory, what's going to happen next? Okay, Falcon's going to give the shield to Bucky and complete his redemption arc because Bucky needs the shield and Falcon doesn't. Falcon's going to realize he's fine by himself, and he's going to realize what Steve wanted him to realize and what's been set up all along, that Bucky needed to be Captain America for Bucky's sake, you know. And then and Zemo was going to continue being awesome, and Ginger Jesus was going to be the villain, right? And the next episode, the Dora Milaje show up, and they cuck out Bucky by taking his arm off. They just press a button and his arm falls off. And they beat up the new Captain America, who was this great character, you know, John Walker. They beat him up like he's nothing, and sent him on a villain arc. And then Ginger Jesus suddenly becomes somebody that you're supposed to pity, and that you're supposed to root for. And it's all happened between episode 3 and episode 4, and you can see the MCU land like a thud.
Well, I'm almost done with the MCU. Like, it all depends on the Fantastic Four for me, but I didn't see Falcon and Winter Soldier. I watched the first season of Loki, and then I'm just like, didn't this guy kill thousands of people in New York City in the Avengers movie? Like, didn't he kill more New Yorkers than Bin Laden? Like, you know, I need to see Loki get stabbed in the face and bleed out. You know, he's a bad guy. He's a mass murderer. Like, nobody would make a movie where Bin Laden is zany going through the dimensions with some girl like, oh, I'm scared of Kang. I'm Bin Laden. I'm good guy. Like, no, you attacked New York with space aliens, and you must have killed 20,000 people in the city that I live. You know, so Loki's you're a bad guy. This needs to be, and somebody's going to say somewhere that through the multiverse it's a different Loki. I don't care. It's Loki.
Well, the Loki this is the Loki that they kidnapped or captured was the Loki that jumped through the dimensional gate with the what's that called, the cosmic cube.
Yeah, but that was after they defeated him after the attack of New York, so he still killed 10,000 20,000 New Yorkers.
Right. Well, I mean, he was the unrepentant Loki. That was the Loki that they captured or whatever and turned into a time agent. And so that I'm just saying that argument doesn't hold water.
Right. Oh, okay.
But see, all the fangirls like Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I like him. He's not Loki. He's an actor. You know, he's doing a great job. He was perfect in the first Thor movie. Oh my God.
Right. Right. Well, he was great in the Avengers. He's a great bad guy.
Yeah, he's a great bad guy. He's perfect casting. You know, that guy's gonna be Loki till the day he dies.
Well,
you know? And now he's a sitcom character.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with Thor. Geez, they I don't know what it is, but they ruined Hulk to the point where I have friends who loved Hulk. I always liked Hulk. I never loved Hulk.
Right.
But they are just like fuming at the way the Hulk is portrayed. Thor's a joke.
Yeah. Was it Edward Norton had the Hulk perfect.
Yeah, I like Edward Norton. He's supposed to be difficult to work with, but I liked his Hulk, his banner.
Well, Louis Leterrier, the director, and is god awful. He's the one that did the third X-Men's movie. X-Men, you know, the one with Phoenix in it, the third one.
Oh yeah, that's stunk.
Yeah, he did that one, and then he did a comic book movie. Let's let him do Incredible Hulk, and so he's a god awful director. And the script was horrible, and Edward Norton was like, I guess I got to rewrite this script, and I got to ride herd on Letier's and make sure he doesn't ruin my movie. And he's not he's not a passive guy. I mean, he's the one that saved American History X. He's the reason that he really rewrote that script, and he basically took over directing that one. You know, that's back when it was really early on, and that's the reason.
I thought that the Norton Hulk one was the best of the Hulk movies.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Wookiee Fever. What's up, man?
Hello, Wookiee Fever. What's his name? Mark Ruffalo. First off, I just don't like him. Second off, he's too big to be Banner. Banner's supposed to be scrawny, you know. So I liked Edward Norton. And even Eric Brana was too muscular, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Edward Norton, he's supposed to be skinny. He's supposed to be the kind of guy that you believed would get picked on, you know, and a little science nerd, you know.
Right.
Good stuff.
Mr. Good Stuff. Are you there? I don't know. He was pretty baked earlier, so I don't know how lucid he's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep talking. Anyway,
but I don't know. My enthusiasm for the MCU is the first movie that I did not see in the movie theater was Ant-Man. I've seen every Marvel movie in the movie theater except for Ant-Man, and the first series I watched Loki, and I watched WandaVision, which I thought was clever, but she's a villain. You know, Scarlet Witch is a villain. You know, there's no other way to describe it. And and I didn't see Falcon. I forget. I didn't see the Nick Fury Secret Invasion one. I didn't see.
Don't bother.
I didn't see Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Damn, why you smell like that still?
Was there a Hawkeye one? Was there a Hawkeye one? I think I.
Yeah, there was. There was one where this chick took over as Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got another confirmed. Ed Norton.
Ed Norton was good as Banner. That was a good one. Oh, and She-Hulk. I knew there was one. I didn't see She-Hulk either.
Mm.
And I loved Shield. I thought Agents of Shield was really good, but I don't know if I'm on the last season. I forget what season I'm on, but it's the season. Coulson's dead, and now there's an alternate Coulson right then and there. I can't stand.
Okay,
that.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you have an alternate, if kill the character,
Right.
have the balls to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm sure nobody saw it, but last Sunday I did a video on my Sunday comics. I do every 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but I explained the nature of the universe in my comic book world, and I explained that there is a multiverse, but because of where the universes lie in relations to order and chaos, things are different. So we got T-Bunny over here talking to John's long box, but over here we don't exist because physics is different. So we are the only versions of ourselves anywhere in the multiverse. So if I do kill one of my characters, he's gone. It's no rabbit out of the hat, Unless your name is Phoenix, you're going to be dead.
Right.
It's going to be great.
This is a terrifying voice that just came out with that baby head.
I don't know. I don't even know if he knows he's connected here or he got it turned on. Anyway,
Agents of Shield. Wookiee says Agents of Shield was good for the first two. I'm going to say it was good when they went to I even like the Kree story, but you could see the limitations of the budget. They were using the same 4 sets over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But now evil Coulson is saving the world, and then it's just like they hire the black super scientist who just happens to be like, he opens up his mouth. By the way, I'll save the world, but I'm gay. Right. I just want to let you guys know that I'm an old 60-year-old black gay man. Okay, now I'm going to invent the machine that you need. So is that the?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Going on.
I don't know what
good
it
stuff,
is.
but it's kind of creepy.
Yep. I think he's pretty much baked. He's baked more than the turkey probably. Anyway. Well, I'm just saying I'm thankful for that.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, just part of the theme is I'm thankful that I think the normies are starting to cotton to what's going on, that the rest of us have been kind of like fighting for this culture war. I think the normies have finally woke up to it. And
you do. You do, bro.
Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think that the normies have finally woke up to what we've been saying all along, and we're starting to see like some of these headlines.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna remove this. They're not contributing right now. I don't know what's
You're
going
more
on
patient than me.
anyway, but yeah, I think honestly that that's been the best development is that some of this stuff is not happening anymore. So
you know what? I'll boot my computer. I learned the hard way. I used to leave my computer all the time and it crashed and I lost my comic book database. So now I turn it off every time I'm done with it. And Yahoo comes on and I'm actually seeing Yahoo titles like that I agree with. I haven't seen that in years. The tide is turning if even Yahoo is seeing things my way.
Yeah, Yahoo's far left. They're one of the worst outlets.
Hey guys!
Hey, good stuff.
Hey,
what's up, man?
Hey, man. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, my cat was here. I didn't mean to do anything, man.
All right, okay, man. But
trying to toast and he roast. Can't even lie to you.
Okay, all right. Go backstage again. All right. Anyway. All right. Anyway, so well, I thought I removed him. Did I remove him? I removed him. There you go. All right. Anyway.
Thank you, Wookiee Fever. He says I have a cool back wall. Thank you.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea the wonders I have seen. Go. Anyway.
Here.
This stuff
I'll
is
do
Rich
this if
Little.
anybody's
CG.
interested.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's
Yeah.
the other side. There's my toilet over
Nice.
there. That
Yeah.
doorway goes to my comic book room. And
Right.
then the rarely seen, this is my view.
Yeah.
You know, it's all games. So this is my game room. Aragon. That's Glamdring over there. That's what's it? This sword is the
Oh.
Jon Snow. This is all
Mhm.
this. And oh geez, I dropped this. But it's not long enough to take you into the comic book room, otherwise I would.
Right. Right. Yeah. Wow. All right. Let's try this again. Are you back?
Hey,
Are you-
so what are you guys working on right now? Because I don't remember that much.
Well, we're both working on comics. I'm further along. I got mine. Mine is funded. He has yet to fund his. So
Yeah,
All right.
we only have about 7 or 8 pages,
Yeah.
out of 22 pages. So
Yeah.
I'm not anywhere near launching yet. I'm matter of fact, I was talking to Luke Stone yesterday about setting up a mailing list, an email list. So that's where I am.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
by
okay,
January,
okay.
February.
Yeah, I understand
Right,
that.
right,
Well,
right.
I'm gonna leave because my cat is kind of being a bitch right now. But,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Later,
All
good
right.
stuff. Later, good stuff.
Good night.
All right. Bye, man. All right. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. Hey, welcome to the show, Michael. Who is this?
Who did? Who's gonna step forward? Now, Mick, if you
Hello?
leave this application, let The Rock tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. So that's all you got to say?
Well,
All right.
like,
All right. We're done.
wait, no. No.
All right.
I guess everybody's in a tryptophan zombie apocalypse going on over here.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. All right. Anyway, I probably
Yeah,
should
I have a
unpin
couple
that.
of swords there, Wookie. I got that Viking wood splitter sword that I haven't tried yet. I gotta go out. Yeah, I got Glamdring. I got a Aragon sword. Right behind me over here is
Mhm.
that's the backboard for Sting. I gotta put that up. I got my friend gave me Juan Snow's song. What is that called?
Happy
forget.
Thanksgiving, Frost. Hey, man. I don't know.
Oh, I'll show him another sword.
Uh oh.
Oh, where'd it go? Where'd my sword go? Oh, it's on the other side.
Uh
This is my favorite sword.
oh. Here we go.
You recognize this?
Let me see. That looks so familiar.
Yeah, you're gonna remember. It's from the John Borman Excalibur movie.
Oh,
This-
yes.
this-
Yes.
Excalibur.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I
What
had to get this. Yeah,
What
didn't hang it
an
up,
acid
you know.
trip. That movie was an acid
I
trip,
love
man.
that movie. I must have seen that movie a million times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a King Arthur Excalibur inspired superhero if my comics
Oh,
makes it till around 7 or 8.
awesome. My friend Wolfsbane Comics has got it's called Pendragon. He's
That's a
about
good name.
yeah, it's a Arthurian legend comic, but it's about a young black man that finds out that he is the carrier of the mantle of King Arthur, and the way he finds out is this ghost of Merlin tells him about, shows up and starts informing him of this thing. It's a very clever idea.
Oh, mine is like an homage to an old Marvel, so it's going to be a college professor. He gets divorced, and he goes to England to go on archaeological dig. They're gonna go to an old Arthurian era castle, and he's trying to prove that the King Arthur myths are not myths, that they're actually, based on legends and everything. But so he asked for his son to come with him, even though he doesn't have sole custody of the kid. They go to England, and while he's there during a dig, he finds Excalibur. And when he grabs Excalibur, he gets the powers of the Knights of Ren. It's like a Thor homage,
Oh, okay.
And then he bestows a portion of his powers to his son, and he becomes his sidekick, the squire. And then it becomes like a custody battle. Like the kid's like, "Mom, you don't understand. I have to live with Dad." But you can't tell her that we're superheroes. So Mom sues. Some drama ensues, stuff like that. So he has to reveal his identity in court.
Right. I always dug the Black Knight. I always thought that was a great character.
Yeah. I love the concept that his sword wouldn't hurt you unless you were. Is that his sword that wouldn't hurt you unless you were evil? Or
yeah,
something
the Black
like
Blade. Right. Yeah. The Black Blade. Yeah. I actually have a concept similar to that in my comic book. This young girl picks up a cursed cutlass that has the spirit
of veal
cutlass. It's a soul cutlass on the wall of this. She was trafficked by her in the Caribbean. This young girl, and the man who was abusing her had a cutlass on the wall, and the cutlass started talking to her.
Ooh.
And she grabbed it out of self-defense one day, and suddenly her spirit was switched with a Barbary era piratess named Bloody Rose Annie McGree, and so now anytime she allows it, they'll switch places, and the cutlass won't cut anyone with a pure spirit.
Okay, that's cool.
And so, but it'll cut the hell out of anybody that's evil, or has a evil in their heart. So it's pretty, she's kind of like the Punisher into the world.
I've seen your art for her, right? You showed that in a couple of videos. Yeah, I remember. But I'm gonna go. We're having dinner now. I was just killing some time getting this.
No problem. I need to get off here myself. But anyway, hold on a second.
Wookie, nice talking to you.
It's an old cutlass. No, it's not an old cutlass. Anyway.
Well, he's joking because when he said it was a cutlass, I said, "Is it a veal cutlass from the Little Rascals?" I want to get me a cutlass, veal cutlass. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
No problem.
Right,
anyway, thank you, everybody. I'm turning this
off like it's my channel. I'm forgetting.
All right, you have a go with John. Thanks for coming on and helping out.
No problem. Anytime.
See you later, dude. Later. Anyway, before we go, just let me. All right. So here we have a policy here. We don't go until Tangina says we can. So, well, Tangina, are you ready to go?
This house is clean.
This house is clean. All right. Okay. So Tangina says we can go. All right. Anyway, good night, Longbox. Anyway, right now I don't know if I'm probably going to stream tomorrow sometime, but I'm also on Saturday around noon. I'm planning on doing a Wookiee Fever style show. Where is Wookiee? Part 2. Wookiee in the City, and I've got the thumbnail and everything ready to go. We're going to talk cryptids, or we're going to talk conspiracies, and we're going to talk pop culture, and we're going to have a good time. I'm hoping to get Wookiee's great cast of characters on with me, and we're going to have a good time. Maybe Wookiee will show up. I don't know if his wife will let him. Anyway, maybe we will get File 13 on to tell everybody how stupid we all are. We'll find out. Anyway, that's been Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining me, the fluffiest chat in all of YouTube. Love you guys. I'm thankful for you every single day that I turn the camera on. Anyway, that's all I've got for the evening. And follow the White Rabbit. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.